Yes, Netflix, I'm still watching. Can Netflix have Siri? So I can just be like, still watching. And then it just clicks for me. That'd be great. Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. So today we're going to be reviewing / first impressions on the Nude Jeffree Star Blue Blood collection. So I purchased a liquid frost and also the Blue Blood palette from this collection. So if you're interested to see what kind of look that I create and my first impressions on these products, then please keep watching. Alrighty guys, so let me show you how I received this collection in its box. So here is the shipment box. So I love that it always comes with a collection card. Fun fact, I use this as a fan to like dry my face after I spray my finishing spray. And then we have the box for the Blue Blood palette. And then we also have the liquid frost component as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then inside it had this beautiful Blue Blood tissue paper that the palette was wrapped in. It was also wrapped in bubble wrap too, so it was definitely like safe while shipping. So fun fact, if you watched my last video, you know that we had recently traveled to Biloxi, Mississippi. So we had left on a Friday when this collection actually launched, and we were in Louisville. We were actually grabbing lunch, and I like hurried up, like as soon as the time hit, I hurried up and got on the website, and I was just trying to add everything into my cart, the 2 items that I definitely wanted. And then once I had hit like proceed to checkout, it put me in a waiting. And I was like, oh my god, no, I'm not gonna get this collection. I'm gonna be so devastated. I've been like on top of this, like just been thinking about what kind of look I'm gonna create with it, just because blues aren't really my thing. They're not really my preference color, so this palette was definitely gonna push me out of my element more. So as we're at lunch, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, babe, we have to go to the car. Like I can't be in this restaurant anymore. We were done eating.
Oh my god, what if they don't get it? I'm gonna cry. Mark, go away.
So our rental car actually had Wi-Fi in it, so I'm like hooking up to the Wi-Fi, like just making sure I have a super strong connection for this website. So meanwhile, Chuck has been on the website as well to make sure I would get a palette at least. So he had one, he was in the same shipping process as me. Fast forward, this literally took probably 45 minutes to do. Fast forward, we get to like, it's trying to figure out our shipping, like what our shipping cost is gonna be. And I'm like, why is this taking so long? Like, why can I not find this? So I go and hit summarize order, so everything pops up in the screen. Like once I hit that, everything's like cool now. Like the shipping comes up, everything, we can proceed to check out. And I'm like, oh my god, finally. So we check out, I use PayPal, Chuck uses a normal card. And I'm like on Instagram, obviously like looking at the comments, and people are like, oh my gosh, this is taking so long. So I comment like what, like the little hack I had figured out with the summarize order. And the person, somebody commented, they were like, you know, did you use a normal card? Did you use PayPal? What'd you do? And I was like, well, we did both methods. So I know people were definitely on there for like over an hour trying to get this collection. The good thing is I know it did not sell out right away, so that means that there were plenty of palettes made, so a lot of people were able to get their hands on them that wanted it, which is awesome. So when we got back home, it was about 2 days later from ordering the product to when we were home. We were only gone for a weekend. So we get home and there's this big pink box. I'm like, oh my god, it came! Like so excited. And it was actually Chuck's order. I did not want to open that palette or review that palette because I did not have my liquid frost. I wanted it to be a combination review, like the 2 items I had received from that collection. I wanted them to be together so I could review them together. So I waited and waited and waited. I finally had to send an email to customer service like, hey, you know, my order, I don't even have tracking yet on this, and I ordered it when it launched, and my boyfriend got it 2 days after, you know, like what's going on. And as soon as I sent that email, I got a tracking, and it was here within like 2 days. So I don't know if like they were already gonna boot it out or if my email helped, whatever. I finally have it here. I have both my lovely things here, and I'm so excited to try these and review this for you and kind of step out of my element. So first off, let's talk about this packaging. It is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This detail right here is so nice. It flips up, it's a little lock. I love the shape of this. The only thing is, oh, it's actually gonna open. It's been suctioning weird on me, which is typical, that's fine, like it's closed. So it's kind of harder for me to open it with my nails. So here is the palette. It is so pretty. I'm so excited to finally start playing with this. We have our skin. Hey guys, just coming on here to tell you, I keep saying skin frost, and I really mean liquid frost. So forgive me anytime I say skin frost, I really mean the liquid frost. Skin frost as well, so you click this up, you'll want to pump this, and then unscrew it so you can get your product out. So in the skin frost, I did get Ice Cream Bling. So I believe this one has more of a gold fleck with a little bit of a blue shimmer in it. So I'm going to swatch the liquid frost for you guys. Yeah, so it's more of a gold with like a greeny minty fleck to it. So this is what that looks like. Oh, I can't wait to like put this all over, like my body, everything. It's gonna be so glowy. I feel like I'm not as hyped as I usually am right now. I need a drink. That's what it is. Not like a drink, but I need like at least a little something right now. I'm gonna grab that real quick and I'll be right back. These are literally my favorite drinks. My mom used to get these for me when I was younger. I usually have the blood orange ones, but if you Kroger click list or you do any kind of thing where they pre-get your groceries for you and you just go pick it up, they had to substitute the orange blood out for the prickly pear orange, and it's actually decent. I don't like it when it gets like warm, it tastes funky, but like cold, delicious. Okay, now that I feel kind of alive now, I'm going to go ahead and start putting on my eyebrows, priming my eyelid, and we will dip into this palette. I'm back! So I did go ahead and pull a Nikki Tutorials and do one eye first. I really wanted to map out like my ideas of what I kind of wanted to use in this palette, just because there are such a wide variety of colors in it. So now we will begin on this creation. It is not fully complete, but it's mainly there, so we're good. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've already prepped my eye using my MAC Painterly paint pot, and then I did go ahead and press it down with the shade Wealthy, which is this shade right here, and I just used a big synthetic fluffy brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Wayne Goss 03 brush into the shade I'm Cold, which is this shade right up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and place that all in my crease. So I have to say that I'm really impressed with these shadows and how they blend out, also the pigment. When I was creating this side, I had no fallout at all, which is insane with the amount of pigment and also the colors that are in this palette. Like literally, I didn't have to wipe anything besides the inner corner. That's amazing. So this first shade, I am just building up a little more. I like that it is more of a buildable shadow, that you don't get that punch of pigment as soon as you put the brush onto your crease or your eyelid. I like that it is able to be built up. So now that that is placed, I'm gonna go back in with my MAC 221 brush, and I'll be using the shade Blue Blood, which is this one right here. I love that all of the shadows have different, like they're special. I love that they have a different like stamp in them. I think that is so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with Blue Blood. I'm going to kind of start it on my outer corner, and then I'm going to work it all the way into the crease. So it is just going to follow where we put our first shade, Cold, with the exception we're going to add it on to the outer V. I love that these blues are definitely not more cool tone. They have that punch of color and brightness and vibrancy to it. I think that definitely draws to me. I'm just still placing this all in the crease, going all the way in with it. Not quite putting it on the inner tear duct, but definitely bringing it all the way down into that crease. And then just blending it out. So I'll go back in with the Wayne Goss 03 brush and then blend that out even more. You guys know I love a blown out eye. I'm really excited to see how this look turns out. I will post what my inspiration look is because I needed a little inspo. So I'm gonna go back in with a little more Blue Blood and just place it more. So you could even stop the look just right here, pop a shimmer on the center of that, and you are good to go. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with my Morphe M506 brush, and then we're gonna dip into the shade Blue Monday, which is this shade right there. So I'm just gonna take this, dip in, and I'm gonna start in that outer V as well. I'm gonna work my way up. I definitely wanted to see how many colors I could incorporate into one look just so I could test, you know, a bunch of them at one time. So when placing the shade, I'm definitely making sure I stay in the lower portion of my crease. I don't want to blend this one out too much. So it's definitely defining more of my crease. So then after that's placed, I'm going to go back in with my MAC 221 brush. I'm just going to make sure that is blended nicely with the other shades. Not really blending where I placed it, but blending on the outer edge. I can just only imagine if I hadn't like figured out what I wanted to do and I created this, like how this process would have gone. Would have been a shit show. So now I'm going to go in with my MAC 219 brush, and then we are going to go into the shade Deceased, which is actually this one right there. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to place it in my crease, just defining it more. So now that that's placed, we're going to still be using our 219 brush, and we're going to go into the shade Undertaker, which is this deep navy right there. So I'm still just taking my 219 brush, and I'm going to pack this in the outer V. So I'm going to use more of a stamping motion to get that pigment in there. Like that. And then I'm going to define the crease as well. So really taking my time and placing this where I want it to be. These shadows are honestly such a dream to work with. Like I went into it like, I love this packaging. I would buy it for the packaging. I'm just that type of person. But I could see myself using it to record a video and then probably never touching it again. But because these shadows are so easy to work with, so blendable, the pigment is amazing, the vibrancy of them are to die for, I can definitely picture myself using this over and over again to create different looks with it. As an artist as well, it's really nice to have something push your creative limits. Because often we get stuck in ruts, we, start to do the same kind of placement, the same color schemes, things like that. We stay in our comfort zone because we know that's what we're good at. We know that it's just easy to go right to. So that's why I also love this palette, is because it has pushed me out of my normal comfort zone to create a different kind of look, to create different dimension, play with more, different textures of shadows. So it's just really nice to like feel re-inspired. Like that's amazing. So I'm just blending this out. just more of the outer edge. And then I'm gonna go back in with my 221 and I'll blend that even more. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Morphe brush and I'm actually gonna dip it into Undertaker. I'm just gonna focus that pigment on the outer portion of the eye, just really blending and building. There's definitely a lot of commotion going on outside. I'm not sure what is happening in the neighborhood, but everyone seems to be out and about. I really enjoy this. Like, I'm living. So we're gonna go get sushi because every time I record and I like have makeup on, I'm like, date night? Impromptu date night? So I'm just gonna dip back into Cold with my Wayne Goss brush, and I'm just going to slightly blend that up into the crease again, just to add a little more of that pigment, because I think that's what I did on this eye. And blowing out the outer edges as well. Yeah, I think that's really nice. This look definitely is one that you'll probably go back and forth with, adding detail, blending things out. And that's completely fine. That's kind of how these more colorful looks are. Alrighty, now that that all is placed, we are going to start working on the lids. So the first shade we're gonna do is Ice Tray, which is this one right there. So I'm using a MAC 248 brush, so a flat synthetic brush, and I'm just gonna dip into Ice Tray. I'm not gonna use any facial spray or anything to wet the product because it does not need it. So I'm just gonna start pressing it closer to the outer V and working my way forward. So as I get more towards my crease, I will slightly define it with the product and just make sure it's going in like more of a circular structured motion. I'm just carving my lid out with the product. So I'm gonna take the shade to about right there on my lid. So I'm just gonna pack more of it on. So now we're gonna go back in with Cullinan. Siri, how do you say Cullinan?
Okay, I found this on the web for how do you say Cullinan.
I said it right! Boop, boop, boop. It's a diamond, which is why there is a diamond pressed into the shade. So we're gonna go in with this shade right there. So we're gonna place this on the inner corner of the eyelid using the same MAC 248 brush. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna press it right in the inner. Alrighty, once that's placed to my liking, I'm gonna go back in with Ice Tray and I'm gonna just blend them together. So now I'm gonna go back in with Undertaker and I'm gonna kind of deepen and readjust some things from where we placed the shimmer on the lid. Literally, guys, no fallout. I wiped this eye, but I haven't wiped it. It's fine, it's really fine. But literally, no fallout whatsoever. Oh my god, I need to be careful. So now I'm gonna go finish the rest of my makeup and then we'll come back and we'll finish the eyes. I can't wait to see it all put together. Okay, be right back. All right, I look a little crazy right now. I had to put my headband on so I could put my bronzer on because my hair was all on my face. Didn't want to deal with it. So I have already placed most of my face makeup, so my foundation, my bronzer, concealer, all of those fun things. And I did go ahead and place a blue eyeliner just on my lower waterline and then just smoked it out some. So now we are going to finish the eyes. So I'm gonna go back in with Undertaker, which is that navy blue. And I'll be using my MAC 219 brush, so I'm just gonna take that and I'm gonna place it right underneath the lower lash line. Just like that, and then I'm gonna repeat on the other side. now to blend this out even more, I'm gonna go back in with my Morphe in 506 brush, and I'm just going to smoke that out even more. So now that that's pretty blended, I'm gonna go in with my 221, and I think I'm gonna take a little bit of Blue Blood, and I'm gonna place that underneath. So then I'm just gonna repeat that on the other side. So now I'm gonna go back in with the synthetic flat brush I used, and I'm gonna go back in with Cullinan, and I'm going to highlight the inner corner of my eyes. I also did forget to mention that I did use Cullinan under my brow bone as well as my highlight. I absolutely love it. So now we're gonna get into the liquid frost. Again, I did purchase the shade Ice Cream Bling. I did mean to do this before I actually baked under my eyes, but I forgot. So we're just gonna see how it lays over powder. So I'm just gonna do oh, please don't fail me, please don't move anything. Honestly nervous. Then I'm gonna take my sponge I used. I'm just gonna blend it out. Don't do me dirty. It's doing me dirty. Well, mistakes we make. I'm gonna use my ring finger, see if that does it any better. It's really pretty how I swatched it. That is definitely operator error. I knew better than to do that and to attempt to put it over baked powder, a liquid over baked powder. I'm asking for a mess. Now I'm gonna go in with my normal ColourPop Super Shock Cheek and see if I can salvage this at all. Just add all the highlighter, it's fine. Totes fine. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty Chillz. It's such a fitting highlighter because it is more of a blue tone. Oh yes. It's like we never put the liquid frost on. Good. So now that I've applied my highlighter, I'm gonna go in with my blush, which is Peachykeen by MAC. Yes, mine's almost empty, but I'm not going to stop using it until it's fully gone. I'm just gonna take this and start in the back and work my way forward. Alrighty, I'm gonna go finish getting ready, do my hair, put on some lashes, put on a lip, and then we'll come back and talk about this palette and the highlighter that I kind of got to use. Alrighty, I am back. Make sure there's no lipstick on my teeth because there usually is. Alright, I am back. I finished this look and I have to say I'm literally obsessed with it. I love it so much. So I did apply my lashes and I am wearing Flutter Lash Royalty. So this is the container they come in. I believe I got these at Riley Rose. And for lip today, I am wearing MAC's Oak Lip Pencil and then Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick. This one right here, and I am Nude. This is my favorite nude lipstick ever. And then I'm also wearing Huda Beauty Lip Strobe in Angelic. So what do we think? What do we think of this look? Living for this look. I absolutely love this palette so much. It is so beautiful. The shades, everything. You can definitely have a daytime look and a nighttime look as well. So out of all of these shades, we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We used 8 shades. That's pretty good for this whole look. We used 8 shades and I loved all of them. They blend amazing. They are so easy to build up the pigment. I had a little trouble with blood sugar when I used it on Sister Mark's makeup just because the pigment was like there and it dispersed quickly. It was still a great shadow palette. I still like the formula, but I have to say that I love this formula so much. I don't know if they switched anything, but it definitely is more buildable and you don't have the kick up out in the outer corners when you first place that shadow. As far as the liquid frost, the little bit I got to play with it, I absolutely love it. I can't wait till it's warmer and I can put it like all over. I definitely am upset that I baked before I could put it on, but that is okay. There will definitely be other looks where I obviously will incorporate it in. So I would replace my ColourPop with this one and then lay my powder highlighter over top of it. So I think that wraps everything up on this first impressions of Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blue Blood collection. I definitely recommend these products. One thing he definitely has is amazing products. You definitely get your money's worth out of it. If you're interested in seeing the new powder and concealer he's coming out with, please put a little star down in the comments so I know. I definitely will be trying to purchase that on April 19th. I cannot wait. I love trying new stuff, especially when it comes to face products. So again, if you guys want to see that, please leave a little comment down below. I thank you guys so much for supporting me on my YouTube journey and coming back and watching every video. I hope you enjoyed this one and it kind of inspired you, because it definitely inspired me, got me out of that creative rut I was in. I will leave all the details of what I am wearing down in the description box per usual. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Why are my lips so dry? If you see my crust, mind your business. Alexa, what's the weather?
In Cincinnati, it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, you can look for just a few clouds in the sky with a low of 61 degrees.
Stretch.